The election last night in Grimsby, not Grantham, was a disaster for Rishi Sunak and a modified success for Keir Starmer. But it wasn't so much that Keir Starmer did anything, it was just the chaos that seems to surround Rishi Sunak. Craig Williams still having to apologise for D-Day, dodging around the £2,000 tax rise, which he'd alleged in the previous confrontation, and the stink of past misdoings. Partygate, for example, the trust that he has not managed to regain, not so much the trust that he's lost, I think he has lost trust, but the failure of him to regain control after the mess of Liz Truss. Liz Truss is the problem for the Conservative Party, and she still hangs around. They haven't managed to put her somewhere where she can't do any more damage. She still does damage. Why? Because the party listens to the vocal minority and thinks that the way forward is to move into Tufton Street, to all to be Tufties. It's nonsense, and it's stupidity, and it's destroying something which has stood the test of time until now. So I don't intend to vote for the Conservative Party. I make it very clear. But I don't want to see a political organisation which has such history being destroyed by twits. In the same way as I wouldn't want to see the Labour Party or the Liberal Party destroyed by twittish behaviour. And there's been plenty of that, of course. But this is monumental twittery that I don't think I have seen in my life, where the ruling party is acknowledging it's going to lose, where people are going around campaigning not to win the general election, but to be the best opposition, where people are dodging the use of the Prime Minister's photograph, and in one case using the photograph of a leader of another party, Andrea Jenkins. This is madness. And I'm not so much concerned about who becomes the Prime Minister on July the 4th. I think that's a foregone conclusion. I'm concerned about the makeup of the next Parliament and thereafter. I'm concerned about parliamentary democracy. And I'm concerned about having a reliable opposition. Now, I don't mind whether that's the Conservative Party or whether that's the Lib Dems. I don't think it will be Reform, no matter what the rhetoric is from Nigel Farage. But if the price of having the Lib Dems is the destruction of the Conservative Party, that seems very sad. If the Lib Dems take control for a short period of time, that seems very good. But to destroy a party because of the stupidity of a vocal minority is bad. And the precedent was there. Get rid of them. If Boris could get rid of senior and respected members of his own party simply because they didn't acquiesce, then Sunak should have got rid of the Tufton lot. Thrown them out, even if that meant that his majority dropped to single figures. He would at least have soldiered on with the support of the greater part of the Conservative voters behind him. But this lurch to the right alienates the main body of conservatism, and because he's not lurching sufficiently to the right, the Tufton people he's trying to appease. It is madness. At the same time, so that's one failing by Rishi Sunak. At the same time, since coming into power, he has lost authenticity by constantly repeating slogans and scripts that he's been fed by his chumocracy. This is not the way to govern. And I hope Keir Starmer takes note and follows the same, and doesn't follow the same principles as his predecessor. Unfortunately, his behaviour in Prime Minister Questions doesn't suggest that he's likely to do anything else. He also dryly sticks to a script that has been prepared, and he should get off that script. Prime Minister Questions is only of value if it's conducted with authenticity. Otherwise, it's simply a piece of theatre that can easily be thrown away. It should be an opportunity to test the state of our political health every week. In the last 2 years, it definitely has not been. And I would say, actually, since the end of Cameron's time, it definitely has not been. It's been an embarrassment.